Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a conversation many men don't have, at least not until it's too late. Cheating doesn't start in the bedroom. It begins in silence, in small, gradual shifts you barely notice at first. A pause in her affection, a tone that feels colder, a friend who suddenly takes up more space in her stories. By the time the betrayal becomes physical, the emotional bridge has already collapsed. This isn't about paranoia, it's about awareness, the kind of awareness that protects your energy before it's drained, your peace before it's broken. So today, I'm going to walk you through 4 subtle phrases women use when their emotional loyalty has already started to drift, sometimes without even realizing it. These words aren't always lies, but they're rarely the full truth. Let's get into it. 1. He's just a friend. The hidden contender. It sounds innocent, right? Maybe you've heard it when she smiled a little too much reading his messages, or when that same name kept surfacing in casual conversation. At first, you ignored it. You told yourself not to overthink. You trusted her. But the more she says, he's just a friend, the more something inside you whispers, why does she need to explain it so often? It's not about being jealous, it's about being observant. A woman who fiercely defends another man's presence, who laughs harder at his texts than yours, who lights up when she speaks his name, is already investing somewhere else emotionally. Not always on purpose, not always consciously. But if she protects that connection more than your peace of mind, if she deflects your concerns instead of hearing them, then there's a crack in the foundation. And no, not every friendship turns romantic. But emotional intimacy doesn't need physical contact to be betrayal. What matters is where her attention goes, and whether you feel like you're slowly being replaced. If she can't distance herself from someone who causes conflict in your relationship, that isn't love, it's divided loyalty. And love divided never lasts. 2. Why are you being so insecure? The manipulation mask. You bring something up, a moment that didn't sit right. Maybe she laughed too closely with another guy. Maybe her phone lit up too often when she smiled quietly and looked away. You didn't accuse, you simply asked. But instead of a calm conversation, you're hit with a question of your own. Why are you being so insecure? Suddenly you're on trial. She dodged the topic by attacking your feelings. Now you're defending your emotions instead of uncovering the truth. This is classic deflection. Sometimes it's called gaslighting, but at its core, it's a way of keeping you confused, doubting your instincts while she avoids accountability. You start to feel guilty for having feelings. You wonder if you're imagining things, but you're not. When someone twists concern into weakness, they're not protecting the relationship. They're protecting a version of themselves they don't want you to question. A woman who values you will listen. A woman who's hiding something will redirect. And when stories start shifting, details change, or explanations get vague, trust your intuition. It's not about needing proof. It's about refusing to be lied to politely. 3. I just need some space. The silent exit plan. When she says this, it doesn't come with a scream or a fight. It arrives gently, respectfully, maybe even lovingly. But don't let the softness fool you. Most of the time, I need space means I've already stepped away emotionally, I just haven't told you yet. You'll notice it in how her texts slow down, how her interest in connection fades, how the warmth in her voice cools into indifference. And slowly, someone else starts filling that space. Maybe a new coworker, a familiar friend, or just a growing hunger to explore life without you. She's not always dishonest. She may not even realize she's drifting. But when she asks for space, it's rarely a timeout. It's a test run of a life where you're no longer central. And the biggest mistake men make? Chasing. Trying to close the gap. Trying to prove they're worth staying for. But the truth is, if she wanted to fix things, she'd be moving closer, not pulling away. You don't honor yourself by begging someone to stay. You honor yourself by letting space reveal her true intentions. And when a woman chooses distance, your silence becomes your strength. 4. You deserve someone better. The dressed-up goodbye. This one's wrapped in sweetness. It's delivered like a compliment, a form of mercy. But behind those 5 words is usually one reality. She's already gone. Not physically, maybe, but emotionally, she's checked out. You deserve better is code for, I'm not going to fight for this anymore. She may not say she's lost interest. She won't admit there's someone else. She might not even be able to fully explain why she feels this way, but the connection you had is already fading, and she's handing you a breakup script that makes her feel less guilty for walking away. And the cruel irony? Many men thank her for it. They confuse her soft exit for compassion. They respond with offers to change, improve, do more. But she's not asking for repair. She's asking for release. Trying to convince her to stay at this point doesn't show strength. It shows that you haven't seen what's already gone. Real love doesn't end in politeness. It ends in truth, or not at all. Conclusion. Stoic clarity and closure. Cheating doesn't start with a kiss. It begins with attention shifting, with emotional silence, with rehearsed words that carry more than they say. He's just a friend. You're overthinking. I need space. You deserve better. These aren't just phrases. They're exit routes. They're carefully chosen lines that signal a heart already walking away. Your role isn't to accuse, argue, or beg. Your role is to observe, to listen not just to what's said, but to what's missing. And most importantly, to protect your peace when you realize your loyalty is being met with hesitation. A man of value doesn't chase mixed signals. He doesn't plead for attention. He recognizes the signs, accepts the truth, and walks away with his dignity intact. So I ask you, have you heard any of these phrases? Did your gut feel what your mind tried to ignore? Drop your experience in the comments. Your story might save another man from making the same mistake. And if this hit home, like, subscribe, and join the tribe. We don't chase, we observe, we decide, and we move forward. Stay steady, stay silent when needed, and never forget, stillness is strength.